YouTube. Sorry about that. That was
No worries.
my goof. I wasn't adventurous enough with my IT.
You figured it out. You solved the problem. All right, so we're live. We're on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to the monthly regular board meeting of the Whatcom County Fire District 4 Commissioners. We're doing it after a bit of a administrative transition, beginning of the year and all. I'll just introduce myself. I'm Mark Land, one of the commissioners.
I'm Steve Cooley, another commissioner.
Jason Vanderveen, Fire Chief.
Great, thanks. Jenny
Sand is lurking on YouTube.
Yes, well, actually, you read my mind. I was going to send her a shout out here. Just my thanks, Jenny, for being willing to take on the role of our district secretary and assume some of the administrative duties that you're inheriting from Chris Parks, who unfortunately we had to eliminate that position. So yeah, Jenny, I know you've done this job before and you served us well. You currently do it for 21, and I'm sure you'll have no problem picking up here and hitting the ground running. So I know you can't, I don't see you, but hopefully you can hear me, and much thanks and much appreciated. Just speaking for myself, I know I look very forward to working with you.
Likewise. Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you. And Chief Ward will be joining us here momentarily.
Okay. So usually it was customary. Chris would usually read the governor's proclamation thing. I don't know what 21's protocol typically would be with Jenny, but Jason, maybe you can coach me up. Is that something that I should?
Sure, I'll go ahead and read it.
Okay.
I'll share the screen so you can see the board packet if you'd like. That would make things easier. So
thanks.
So went ahead and had roll call. We're in section B, public comment. Due to Governor Inslee's latest proclamation, members of the public will be able to hear the entire meeting via Zoom at www.nwfrs.net under district meetings, except for executive session, but will not be allowed to speak or provide public comment. That moves us into the regular Board of Commissioners meeting.
Thank you. And then it was kind of a mixed bag with Chris. Sometimes I would walk us through the consent agenda before asking for a motion. Sometimes she would. Do you or Jenny have a preference? I guess I'm just trying to find some, consistency with the way you do it with 21.
Usually the board chair does it, but you just due to some exigent circumstances, you're in your car. I will go. Why don't I go ahead and read off the consent agenda portion this time, just to make it easier for you since you're working on a smaller screen. Would that
Thank
work?
you. But yeah, thank you. Before you do that, I appreciate that. Before you do that, I guess I would just like to say that the consent agenda was sent to the commissioners, well in advance, and we've both had a chance to review everything.
Okay, so this is the consent agenda. All matters within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Board of Commissioners for review, are considered routine, and will be enacted on by one motion of the board with no separate discussion. If a separate discussion is desired, then that item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda by request. So total expenditures for January are $66,326.75. The consent agenda includes the meeting minutes from December 13th, 2021 joint meeting with District 21, the December 15th, 2021 regular meeting, and the December 27th, 2021 special meeting. It includes staff reports from the chiefs, operations, training, and technical support, It contains the financial report, the voucher, payroll and benefits, the direct deposit voucher. Payroll this month is $57,644.75. And the monthly expenditure voucher is $8,682.
Thank you. Could I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Well, I just wanted to point out there's an error in the packet that I just want to be sure isn't included in that on the consent agenda. It's I believe it's hang on, I'll find it. In the meeting minutes for the December 15th meeting, if you look at page 5, I think that's been included in error. It doesn't make sense with the rest of the pack. Yeah, that page right there.
This page right here.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because that was a meeting where Commissioner Andrews was absent. And I believe
Okay.
we took the action it talks about in a separate meeting. So I think it looks to me like that page was just accidentally added somehow. So
Okay.
I wanted to be sure that it just appears out of place because you can see the document, the page above is where we sign. And then it's just sort of a page that's sitting there by itself.
Got it. So you would strike page 5.
I would recommend we strike page 5.
Okay.
So I don't know how we do that, but
No, that's a good catch, Steve. Basically, essentially, if you wanted to make the motion that we approve the consent agenda after
Okay.
striking page 5,
okay.
that should work.
Okay. Well, then I move that we approve the consent agenda with the exception of striking page 5 from the meeting minutes on December 5th for December 15th, 2021.
And I would second that motion. So it was moved and seconded that we approve the consent agenda after striking page 5. Is there any other discussion on that?
No.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Yeah, thanks for catching that, Steve.
You bet.
Okay, so that takes us to unfinished business. First item under unfinished business was the interim fire commissioner position that we need to fill. So my really sharp memory, Steve, reminds me that you had maybe given some thoughts to spending some time on that.
I have. I have not done anything with it yet. I was planning on starting that this week. However, I noticed
Sure.
in the packet that someone, I'm assuming Jenny, has drafted, let's see, she's drafted some advertisements for, I'm assuming the paper, and yeah, there it is. So I'm assuming Jenny drafted that. Did you know if she drafted it?
Yes.
She
Yes.
did. Okay. Okay. So that's the stuff I was planning on doing. But if we now have Jenny helping us out, is she going to take care of posting that announcement in the proper places?
She wanted me to be sure to ask about that.
Okay.
We can post it on our website. We can post it in both print and on in digital ad. There is a cost to that, usually somewhere between $300 and $400. But we can run. It's pretty expensive.
In the is that in the paper?
Yes, sir.
The Herald? Okay.
Yep, in the Herald.
Yeah.
And then the question she had was, how long would you like to run it? Do we want to, we've got 60 or 90 days to fill. Do you want to open it for 30 days? 2 weeks? What's your preference?
I'm open to any of the above. I would say, yeah, since we have 90 days, yeah, I think opening for 30 is plenty. And then that gives us almost, 60 more days to make the decision. The clock's already ticking, obviously. So yeah, I think 30 days is fine.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, and I that sounds great. Jason and or Jenny, do we still have any of those connections or contacts or the ability to work with some of those neighborhood groups that Chris had sort of started up during the second levy lid lift process. I'm just wondering if trying to, reach out to some of those neighborhood boards in conjunction with the advertisement in the Herald might not be a bad way to go if we can do that.
We do. I know we've got inroads into several of those groups, so we can make sure that gets shared within those social media groups.
And then is Jenny then going to be the go-to person, sort of the contact if there's inquiries for that from those?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Steve, if we start getting some names and it generates some interest and activity, I mean, do you want to be if Jenny needs a contact person,
Absolutely.
on behalf of the board, is that something you're willing to do still?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I can talk to Jenny more offline about this. But yeah, I'm happy to work with her to make all this happen.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and whatever if you need something from the board level, I mean, Steve, just,
Yep.
you got it. Just
Okay.
run with it. You've got great ideas, and whatever you do, I'm sure will be 100% fine.
Okay, thank you. I will make sure I keep everybody informed, particularly once the deadline has passed and we see what kind of response we've gotten. We can set up the interviews as her draft here talks about. So I don't think we have a date yet necessarily, but again, I can work with Jenny on filling in the date when the interviews might be. So.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jenny or Jason, anything else on that item, the fire commissioner position?
No, do you feel like there's a need for a motion, or just your direction to post for 30 days is good enough?
Oh, I think you've got unanimous consent here.
Okay.
I mean, do you feel like would you feel more comfortable if it was?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
I think we're
okay.
good. Just wanted to check.
Yep. And I do think my thought is I hate that it's that expensive, but we probably should post it in the newspaper. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Mark?
Yeah,
Chris said we had done that in the past, and I don't know what's 21's practice. Jason, do you know? Do you post those kinds of things in the paper as well?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it's the best for the best. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
but it's an important, role that we need to fill.
Yeah, we need to give the public the opportunity to get access to that. So
exactly that. Yeah.
All right.
So we have the 2022 board meeting schedule. Maybe I thought we had addressed that at the last meeting, but maybe that's what we do. We formalize it at this meeting.
Yes, sir. There has to be a resolution where you.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. And I've read over that.
Yeah. So those are basically all the Mondays except for the holidays that we went through one by one. And okay.
Correct.
So then I guess what's customary as I'm learning here, Steve, as when we make motions to approve resolutions, if you wanted to do it, it's basically the resolution number, and then you read the first bold paragraph, you skip all the whereases, and then we skip down to the passed and approved. And according to Joe, our attorney, that should be what covers passing resolutions.
Okay. Well, then I move that we approve resolution Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4, resolution 2022-01. It's a resolution of the Board of Fire Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4 to establish the 2022 meeting dates. The resolution has all 12 dates, including today, in the resolution. And at the end, it says passed and approved this 10th day of January, 2022 by the Board of Fire Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire District Protection District number 4. I move we we pass this resolution.
And I would second that. Thank you. So it was moved and seconded that we pass the resolution 2022-01. Is there any other discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Yep.
New business. I mean, really the only new business that is on my mind, I'm sure as everyone else's, is just working with 21 in the not too distant future and determining where we're going to go. I mean, Jason, I read your chief's report and I appreciated your candor and, you know, lighting a fire, well, no pun intended there, under our feet to, you know, make things happen. So we need to have some strategy sessions and working with our partners at 21. And, you know, we need to determine if we're going to look at an RFA again or a merger, or, you know, what's it going to look like. And I mean, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to give my input. Do you have a sense of when that's going to start shaking out and we're going to be meeting and making decisions?
Meetings will start in earnest in early February. As I said in the chief's report, January, we've got a promotional process going on right now. We're keeping our nose above water on, and frankly, we're also struggling with COVID quite a bit. Within the past about 72 hours, we've lost a number of staff. So yeah, we're kind of focused on the operation, and also, like I said, data gathering, talking to Mr. Cushman and a few other people about kind of where do we go now. But in earnest, look for some guided joint meetings with Karen Reed, helping us walk through the process of the board level decision-making process of merger, RFA, where do we go next? And it's going to be a moderately busy year, especially the first half. We don't have time to delay much of this. So that will be coming up soon.
So it sounds like in probably no less than 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to be seeing some meeting invites. And
Yes, sir.
okay, sounds good. Is there anything in the meantime, you know, that you would need from me or Steve or both of us to just encourage the process along?
Not that I can think of just right off the top of my head. If I find, you know, as I find articles, I may send those out, or, you know, things to read and just kind of get caught up on what other things are going on in the fire service, you know, in the mergers and RFA world. That will probably be most likely what I would need you to kind of do between now and then is even on your own time, just do some research about what are other fire districts doing. And, you know, you Google fire district and financial trouble, and you'll come up with plenty of interesting things to read. So,
okay. I've got another question. It's totally on a different, you know, topic. Before we leave that, Steve, did you have anything in that, you know, before I switch gears?
Not on that topic. No, I do have a couple things to mention, but go ahead.
Okay. So, Jason, I was just wondering, now that our building, our fire hall is essentially vacant of you know, firefighting kind of responder personnel, how is that going? Are there any needs, just building maintenance or access, or I don't know, parking lot issues with snow and ice, you know, that we need to be finding a way to address so that that doesn't fall on already stretched, you know, personnel needs? Or, I mean, you know what I'm kind of getting at?
No, that's actually interesting you brought that up because I've got something that we need to chat about real quick in regards to that. But no, during the latest snowstorm, we had our mechanic plows for us, and he plowed the parking lot at station 12, both the staff parking and the administrative parking lot. Get the firefighters out there. They love to shovel snow as much as anybody, and we'll get the sidewalk knocked off so that if anybody comes into the station, it's safe for them. But one thing that's there's currently District 4 has a custodial contract with a company out of Burlington to clean the station twice a month. That's an auto resetting contract. I believe this was started possibly before both of you were on the board, and it just renewed for a year automatically. So we've got it for another year. It is $600 a month for twice a month cleaning. They do the restrooms, the floors, they vacuum, they clean the wall, they clean the windows in the foyer. It is with the amount of paramedic students and other meetings that happen in that place, it is nice to have. I know there's that that seems to have always been a friction point in the past, how clean Station 12 was kept.
Yep.
As the contract is auto renewed for this year, so District 4 does take in a certain amount of revenue from the city of Bellingham for use of that building. I suppose our two options are to either pay it for the rest of the year, or potentially look at having to buy it out for the rest of the year, which means you pay for it anyway and don't get don't get the service. So I'm inclined to say that it's, as I said, it's auto renew. Let's let it go for the year, and next year we'll have to take a really hard look at the price, and B, do we want to continue with this contract?
Yeah.
We need to, regardless, it was entered to, like I said, prior to anybody here being part of that, but we need to honor the contract and do our part. And frankly, the service that is being provided seems very nice.
What, may I ask, what in general terms was the consternation over that? Was it that
prior to that, the firefighters did the weekly cleaning, and it was just deemed never good enough.
Oh, I see.
It was using a lot of my administrative time.
Oh, okay.
Causing me to, several times I went in there with my kids on the weekend and cleaned, and
okay.
Yeah, it got to be that kind of friction point.
Well, if that's the case, then I certainly support keeping the contract in place for this year. It seems like a small amount, enough money, and again, given the fluctuations we're having between District 4 and 21, and I think that's a good thing. That's me. Okay.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. And then I hate to use this term, but to circle back on the RFA discussion, someone just sent me a reminder that we will, in order to re-enter RFA discussions, the District 4 board will need to have your third commissioner set in place.
Oh,
legally, we have to have that. So, that was a good point brought up.
Well, maybe.
So
go ahead, Mark.
Oh no, sorry to interrupt you. So I was just, thinking out loud. Am I hearing you say that District 4 can't participate in RFA discussions until we have that third commissioner? Is that another way of saying that?
We could not enter into formal RFA discussions. We could have a discussion about which direction are we going. We could have a discussion about public engagement. We could have many discussions up to, we got a lot of subjects to cover. So we're going to be fine moving forward until you get your third your third board member set, and then we could formally enter the RFA discussion. So we're we're not at a standstill.
Okay, perfect. No, thanks for clarifying that.
And I'll make sure that we don't take the full 90 days to appoint that commissioner. I'll work with Jenny on getting that announcement out for enough time. And then as soon as we can after that, doing the interviews and selecting someone. So we'll push that ahead so that we can get that done as soon as possible.
Thank you.
And that
sorry.
that's all
I
I've
was
got
just-
for any other business.
Yeah, I was just asking about if we had any other, I think we were on new business, right?
Yes, sir.
Just a couple of things from me when you have a minute.
Yeah, go for it.
I just wanted to mention that I now have access to, I'm able to work with the website, with District 4's website. I have access to editing capabilities and all that. And this kind of circles back to what we were talking about with getting the word out on the fire commissioner position. I also have access to our next, Chris gave me access to our Nextdoor account, which I think could do a lot of the stuff that we were talking about. So this is just a note to say that I will work with Jenny on how that will work, because I know she'll either want or probably has access already. But I'm interested in helping with keeping our website up to date with the newest information that we have. So
This is great.
If there's no
Oh, this is
objection, Mark,
awesome.
I will work with Jenny on keeping those electronic things going.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you. You just became our web developer commissioner.
No problem.
Sweet. Thank you.
And the only other thing was a question about, you mentioned that obviously the admin building is empty. Is it too early to be talking about having the District 21 staff, giving them the option of moving down to that station? Or what do you think, Chief?
It's a move. A move is a big thing. It was more
Yeah.
than I thought it was last time.
Yeah.
So I think let's get further into the discussions and figure out where we're headed before we start to do that. It's
Fair enough.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
No, that's great that you threw that out there, Steve, because I've kind of done the same thing offline as well for almost a year now, back and forth on, because it's a nice building, lots
Yep.
of nice offices, and
Yeah, we should be
obviously they were there before, and
Yep.
so yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that it sounds like we'd love to have it utilized and used if you and your staff ever thought that was something you'd want to do.
great. Thank you.
And actually, I lied. One more kind of related question, and I could probably talk to you about this offline, Chief. But what's the rough timeline on getting that station painted? It's going to happen this year sometime. Is that the
My
goal?
goal is for 2022.
Okay, sounds good. We can chat more offline about that. But
Okay.
Cool. All right, that's all I had as far as new stuff.
Yeah, great. No, good stuff. Good discussions. What's next on the agenda?
Next is
Steve?
correspondence.
And was it just?
I knew of one thing. It was probably my
Yeah,
like
you're live.
I had to officially resign from that temporary spot that you and Harry put me in so that we had a seamless transition. So I resigned that position, and then I've taken the oath for my new position. So I'm all good to do, act on behalf of the district again.
Okay, great. Is there anything we need to do officially to make sure that you're still the chairman, or? Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't an I that we needed to dot or a T we needed to cross there.
Well, I mean, do you have an interest in wanting to do it here anytime soon?
No, I'm happy with you doing it. I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure there wasn't a problem with you resigning from that position and assuming another one. I'm fine with where we are now. I just threw that out. But no,
Okay.
I'm happy with you being the chairman.
Okay, well, thank you. If that's okay with you, we could probably ride 2022 sort of the same way without shuffling things around.
Yep.
But no, the beginning of the year, especially when new terms start, it's always a good time to, for the commissioners on any board really to evaluate, the positions they're holding and if we wanted to make a change. But yeah, sounds like status quo is going to work for a while anyway. Thanks.
I believe probably to cover ourselves, you should probably have an election technically with a motion made and just cover.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That way with the chair. Yep.
well, I'm happy to move that Mark Land continue for 2022 to be the board chairman.
Okay, thank you. I'll second that since we don't have anybody else here to second it.
Yeah.
Since we're doing board elections, I wonder could we amend that motion also to include you as the vice chair?
Sure. Yeah. Since again, there's no, yeah, that sounds good. I'm happy to do that.
So it was moved and seconded that I remain on as chairman of the board for 2022 and Commissioner Steve Cooley be the vice chair. Any other discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Cool. We got to vote ourselves. Vote for ourselves. Democracy in action.
Oh, yeah, or something like that.
Something. Yeah.
All
right.
That was correspondence, announcements. What's board meeting? Oh,
Just,
are we gonna be making sure we can, we're
Making
both
sure
available?
you guys can make it to the meeting on the 14th.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any conflicts.
I'm on board for that.
Next would be if there's any specific agenda items you'd like us to have on the agenda for next meeting.
Um,
The interim fire commissioner will be there, so there'll be an
Yes.
updated report on that.
Probably, hopefully there'll be some sort of RFA or merger,
Okay.
informal discussion update, something like that, I would hope.
You can put that on there. And then Commissioner Cooley, would you like an update on, say, station maintenance, building maintenance for 12 there?
That would be great. If it's not
Okay.
too much extra work for you, yeah,
Nope,
let's
not at all.
talk about where that's at and how it's looking, whether we're going to get it painted this year or not. And
Yeah.
Sounds good.
How are we gonna handle signing of documents since there's some distance between Linden and
That's-
Bellingham?
That's my next piece here. Everything is in your drawer there at Station 12 for you.
Oh.
So if you could go today would be preferred and make it, just hit Station 12 real quick, sign. They're in the same spot. And then if you could let Jenny know, email Jenny when you've both signed, that would be wonderful.
Okay,
And then also, would you both like printed board packets each month prior to the meetings, or do you prefer electronic?
I am fine with electronic.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, don't waste the paper.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all about evolving into a paperless society anyway.
Okay.
Hey,
And I will head down right after we're done here and sign those papers, Chief.
Wonderful. Thank you.
on the signing stuff, whatever's in the packet, I mean, Chris would always have me go through like all the invoices, and I would sign like financial summaries. And is that going to be part of, Jenny's packet for me to sign, or do you know?
That I would assume will stay the same, but let me check with Benita and Jenny separately and get back to you on exactly how we're going to do that. Or if,
Okay. I mean, the only reason I really asked or it would come up is if I had some kind of a question or needed a little bit more background on an invoice I was going to sign. It's helpful to say, oh, well, why are we paying XYZ, $800? But anyway.
And that is always something that you can ask me during the consent agenda as you're going through, either any commissioner can do that. Pull a voucher out and ask me, hey, why are we doing this? You know, what's this for? So
Sure. Well, I know it. Yeah. And obviously by the time we get to signing, we've had an opportunity to see all that and talk about it. It's just, I was just wondering what all was going to be in the packet.
Benita just came over and said, we will do whatever you want. So whichever way you prefer, if you prefer to do it that way, we'll make that happen. And we can, you know, in addition to COVID testing and fire chiefing, and I also run a mobile signing service. So I can run around the county and meet you in a place of convenience. So
yeah, no, last week you were running a document delivery service. So appreciate that. Nope, I'm good. I got nothing else.
Likewise.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. So we will be adjourned until next time. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.